Hey guys, I'm Lisa, and this is my husband, Tom.
Hello.
This is our first segment of Two Peas and a Promise. Now, you might ask yourself, why this title? Two Peas and a Promise is charming, metaphorical, and it evokes warmth, unity, and commitment. Perfect for our marriage segment. Two peas suggests closeness and compatibility, like two peas in a pod. It implies we're naturally bonded, similar in spirit, and inseparable, kind of like we are. A promise represents the vows, the commitment, and the emotional depth of our marriage. You agree?
I do.
Okay. Together, that title kind of blends our playfulness with genuine emotional sincerity, making it exactly what we intended. Playful, but serious.
Absolutely. And in our introduction, which was a couple of weeks ago, we talked a little bit about how we met as friends. And I was a sophomore. Lisa was a senior. in at Spruce Creek High School in Mrs. Thomas's business math class. And we talked about how...
Just for the record, his mom held him back once, so we're close in age.
Well,
but
you're gonna bring that up?
Well, I don't want him to think that I'm
3-4 years older than me, which would have been a lot better than he failed third grade.
I didn't say he failed. His mom chose to hold him back.
Okay, all right. Anyway. So 2 weeks ago we talked a little bit about how we met, and the basis or the foundation for our relationship was on friendship, and how important that is.
Yes.
This week we're going to talk a little bit about feelings. That's right, guys. Before you start swiping right or left, you might get something out of this, so bear with us.
You have feelings?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
a little bit.
Okay.
So it's amazing how when we did meet, and actually we hadn't met yet, because it was like the first day of high school, and I walked into, again, 6th period business math class, and here's this girl who was bubbly and loud. You might say obnoxious, but at the time I wouldn't have. She was just
extroverted,
very much an extrovert, and me being not so much the extrovert,
introvert.
Yeah, I looked around, and all I could see was a desk in the back of the class where I could be by myself, and that's the one I took. So from there, I don't know how long it was before I got the courage up. Well, no, I didn't get the courage up, to be quite frank with you. I thought about it a lot, trying to talk to you, and every day I'd think, boy, this is the day I'm gonna go in there and say something or say hi to her, and then every day I'd get intimidated or scared of rejection, and it just didn't feel right. But go ahead.
I'll be honest. He shares with me sometimes his feelings, or he'll bring that memory up and talk about it when we're talking about doing this, and I think, gosh, I'm a horrible person, because I don't remember to the level of it he does at all.
That's because I was forgettable.
No,
I'm just
that's
teasing.
not. I knew the people that I knew, and I am extroverted. I am loud. I am obnoxious. It's okay to say that. I try not to be in a negative way. I'm just very much a people person, and
Yes.
you are very much. You're not a people person. You're just not as extroverted. It takes you a while, and then you come around. But I didn't really notice you in the back of the class until,
I know. Yeah.
until I did.
And that's okay, because I noticed you enough for both of us. In fact, in today's society, you might even say he was stalking her a little bit, but not really, because we didn't have the internet or phones or anything. So I just thought about her a lot, and thought about what it'd be like to grow old and our rocking chairs on the front porch together. No, not really. I just really wanted to kiss her, but or take her to prom or something. But I never thought that far in advance. So, but my feelings were, like I said, nowadays you might call it stalking. Back then we called it a high school crush, and it was a pretty significant crush, I would think.
I had no idea.
No.
I had no idea until I started talking to him, and I didn't even start talking to him. I kind of yelled at him. Was our first interaction.
Not even kinda. It was
A straight on yell.
it was like,
Well, he had my paper.
who's got my paper?
We were grading papers, and we were supposed to give them back, and nobody gave me mine back. And I said, who has my paper? And I'm looking around. I'm like, who has my paper? Nobody answered. So I look, and he's got this goofy grin on his face, and he's like, and I walked behind him, and I said, you have my paper. And then he looked at me, and I said, boy, if you're going to get anywhere in this world, you're going to have to learn to speak up. So he handed me the paper and kind of gave a goofy little giggle, and pretty much from that day on, we started talking and became really good friends.
Like we said,
we
yeah.
talked all the time, and we became best friends. You were so funny, and you were nice, and you listened, and oh my gosh, you're pretty amazing.
Aw.
You still
thanks.
are.
I'm all right, but yeah. So, but even when at that point we started, talking and becoming friends. I mean, it was more like, well, I wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I think at first, I even asked you out a couple of times, and you were like, I don't know.
I said no.
We're friends.
I said we're friends, and I don't want to ruin that. I like the friendship we have, and I was scared that would, if anything happened, we could never go back to being friends, because people say they'll go back to being friends, and you might for a little bit, but it typically doesn't work out.
No.
So I didn't want to give up our friendship. So I was a little bit stubborn.
She was.
It's okay. I admit it.
But we talked, and
Eventually we started dating.
yeah, eventually she asked me, and I said yes.
That's only because he had asked me twice, and I said no. So I figured, he said, I'm not asking you anymore. And I went, okay. And then I thought, well, that's silly. If he's not going to ask, then I'm being dumb. I'm just going to ask him. So we digress. Feelings.
Yes, feelings. So the feelings that we had, or I had, as a high school crush, eventually we became boyfriend and girlfriend, and they started to, for lack of a better word, I think, evolve into something more mature would be even a better word. I can't say that two high school kids who are dating are mature, but
No.
but as our relationship grew, it began to mature, and I don't know, things started to change, and I think that's an important point for this segment, that you don't always have those butterflies. I mean, they kind of go away, and so many people think that has to stay. In order to be in love with somebody, you have to have those butterflies. You have to be waiting on pins and needles for them to walk through the door, and some people think that love means that you never fight.
Oh, yeah.
But that's part of love.
Right.
Fighting is part of love, but fighting fair is part of love.
And I think we've talked about before that, I mean, love can be a feeling, definitely.
Yes.
I mean, there's definitely a feeling that comes along with it. but not all the time. Love is a choice.
Has to be every day almost.
Every single day. And I mean, love, I would say love can be a feeling and it can be a choice. Sometimes you're on the same page and it's easy. Sometimes it's not so easy because the feelings aren't necessarily there. I mean, we're not going to lie and tell you we've never been upset with each other. We've never fought. We've never done this. We have.
Mm-hmm.
We just had to, those are other segments where we'll talk about how we had to learn that. But sometimes when you don't really necessarily like what the person's doing or like the actions that are taking place, you still have to decide to love them every day. You still have to choose to love them. Otherwise,
even when it's sometimes difficult. I mean, sometimes you might even say, I really don't like you right now, but I love you, so I'm here and I'm not going anywhere.
And I would say it's not even really I don't like you. I don't like the situation. I don't like what's going on. I don't like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how I feel right now based on, I mean, you really have to learn to really speak exactly what you want to say. You have to communicate, good and bad, but you have to learn to say what you mean and mean what you say, because sometimes we pop off on things and that can go down another road. But scripturally, we agreed that 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 through 7, and I do have my Bible. You'll have to forgive me. I didn't want to misquote. So this is 1 Corinthians 13. This is the NLT, and it's verses 4 through 7, which say, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no records of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance.
Amen.
I think that right there says it's a choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. My choice to love you has always been an easy one, and it's I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings every day. So truly, I mean, it's usually an adventure. I mean, but
definitely an adventure.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. We also encourage, if you guys have any comments about it or any questions about anything or want us to delve deeper into something, we're happy to. We plan to.
Mm-hmm.
It might not all be Skittles and rainbows, and that's okay, because we are pretty transparent people.
Yeah.
Me more so.
Yeah.
I'm an open book. If you ask me, I will tell you. I think we both want to help people. Not that we think we have it all together. That's not what we're saying. But I can say that I have been asked a number of times for some advice as far as marriage goes, and I think you have too. And we've definitely shared our testimony numerous times.
Through some rough times that we've had in the past, which we'll get into later segments. But and as far as children go and all of that, so it's
So we just encourage you, if you are interested, if you want to know more, if you have a specific question that you'd like us to address or anything at all, we just want you to know that we're here for you. Our goal with doing this was just to reach out and to be transparent and to provide guidance that comes from the Bible, as well as real life. I mean, we just are real people living in a real world, trying to survive every day, and we've managed to make it almost 40 years together, so we feel like we can share what we've done, and we want to.
Absolutely.
We are, you can come find us. Where can they find us if they wanted to?
We are at Imperfect Community Church in Port Orange, Florida. Every Sunday service starts at 9:30. We're usually there till 11.
Yep. You come early and have some gourmet coffee and meet some amazing people.
And if you get there like the last Sunday of every month, you might even get some food. So come on out, and Pastor Billy does a great message.
Yes.
And
we have some pretty amazing people.
we really do.
It's called Imperfect Community Church, and that's exactly who we are. We're all imperfect, but we're striving to do better, and we just want to be genuine. We want to build the kingdom, and we also want to grow marriages.
Yeah.
So you can reach us there. You can find us on Facebook. I'm Lisa Menzel. This is Tom Menzel. We're pretty much, I think that's our names on Facebook, but
And our website for the church is
imperfectcc.com.
imperfectcc.com.
So imperfectcommunitychurch.com.
Yep.
All right.
So check us out.
And stay tuned. Our next segment will be a couple weeks from now, but we look forward to sharing with you, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Yes.
So, all right.
All
Take
right.
care. Be blessed.
Bye.
Bye.